Rokk Around the Clock. Welcome to Rokk Around the Clock, daily cloud gaming news live at the same time, Monday to Friday. But first, if you're new to the show, please subscribe and hit the bell. If you'd like to support the channel, why not hit the join button on the channel homepage and become a member of Team Rokk? Hello! This is a little unscheduled, isn't it? So I'm trying something new today, guys. I'm gonna be game streaming for an hour, so sort of up to the point we normally do news and stuff, and then we may do a little bit more, see how it goes in terms of the game itself, and then we'll go into the cloud gaming news stuff. So I'm just trying it today to see how it works, because I've got a ton of games that I need to get through, and I just kind of thought this would make a heap of sense. So how are you all? Nice to see you. Yo, Pycon, beg your pudding. How are you, my friend? Joe is there. He's cool. How are you, my... How did it go with Purple Haze yesterday? I've yet to catch it up, but I've got it on my watch list. So looking forward to catching up on that. That's going to be cool. And great to see you guys. Thank you for popping in. Great to see you as well. Mugen Live. Guten Abend. Or Guten Tag. Der Herr Team Rokk. Love. Yeah, bless you. Yeah, so anyway, listen, the game that I've got lined up for us is courtesy of Sqare Enix. Now, I have to tell you, because I'm contractually obligated, that they are indeed sponsoring today's show, in the sense that they've given me the game to play. So it's all going to be good. Pycon's doing well, just working and lurking. Yeah, I know it's a little bit early for some of you guys, but it doesn't matter, because it'll be fun to see this game. And when it gets to the normal time in just, well, actually now 40 minutes, probably a little later, we'll touch on the old cloud gaming news. So not much of that, but there is some. So we'll have a look at it. Right, let's flick over a second. I'm not sure. I don't know that I have chat set up there, but I will see your messages and I will respond to them. So let's go over to gameplay. Different camera and everything. Here we go. Oh, look, there's me. I'm hidden away. Back he comes. So there we go. There's no reason why I can't have your chat here, other than I can't play the game and manage the chat and so on. So hope you're having a wonderful Friday, Rokk. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, it's actually quite a good Friday for me. I've sorted out some stuff that have been bothering me all week, so I was quite happy about that. So that's got to be a good thing, hasn't it? So here is Star Ocean from Sqare Enix, The Divine Force. I know next to nothing about this game, except I know that a load of folk are really looking forward to it, and I think I'm right in saying, so it was released the 27th of October, so a little while ago, but I believe it's been out in the Far East for longer than that, where it has quite a high following. So I'm going to have a quick read of what it says down here. In Star Ocean, The Divine Force, characters can freely move on 360 degrees and roam the skies. That's pretty cool. Move and explore freely in 3 dimensions. Everything you see can be explored, which is basically what we just said. You can move in 3 dimensions whilst flying around the largest environment ever compared to whom? Whether you're flying around, exploring rock faces and roofs of buildings in the city, or leaping off cliffs to seamlessly enter battles, you'll have more freedom in terms of both adventuring and battling. This is clearly translated text. While the game will give you space to play as you please, the scope of its battles has also evolved. Characters can subdue a large number of enemies. And we should get in there, guys. So it's already in my account. I shouldn't have to log in again, but we'll see in a second. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? We'll have a little look, and then we'll hit the cloud gaming news a little later. And you can see me. Hopefully we'll all be able to hear this. I agree. There we go. Installing step 1 of 2. Well, don't take too long. Performing first time setup. Never really. Excuse me. I'm losing my voice for some reason. Rarely get this. It's compiling shaders. I've seen that recently, though, in a few games, particularly ones that I've installed locally. I saw it in the first Descendant, compiling shaders. I'm not sure whether that's a kind of a beta thing that goes on behind the scenes. So I don't know if you guys know, you probably know far more about this game than I do. Actually, let's get that mic out of the way because it's causing flutter, as we call it in the trade. There we go. I've got my Xbox controller, because that seems to be the one guaranteed controller that works with any game. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully we'll get game audio as well, but I can't check it until we get it. All right, there we go. That was 2 of 2, apparently. Streaming. So yeah, hopefully this... Oh, hello, we've been booted out, have we? That's fun. Let's just double check it's not hiding anywhere. I've never had that before. All right, let's try again. We need to wrap up your previous session. No, don't do that. Don't wrap it up. Just get us back in there. No, Joe knows nothing as well. Yeah, I've just seen a load of people saying how much they've been looking forward to it. I don't even know if it's the kind of game that I would normally play, but we should soon see. That's for sure. Oh, looks like we're going in this time. That's good. Just change that. Try Ace. We seem to be in... Oh, you're not seeing this, and there's a reason for that. We seem to be in a borderless window. Let me change that for you guys to that. So what I'll do is, the minute that I can actually get into the game, I'll set it to be... Oh, good, controller's working, that's good news. I'll set it to be full screen. Set the brightness. I'm liking this idea of a full 360-degree fly wherever you want, though. Image quality or frame rate? Well, it depends what it is. We'll go with image quality, because it may be 60 anyway. Right, you're not getting any music, I can see that. That's not a bad thing, because I'll probably get slammed for it. Sounds like a track. I'll get the noise in a second when I can get to the settings and turn music off. All right, so let's go into the settings. Let's change screen to that one, 1440. Let's change it to full screen mode. There we go. Brilliant. Right, that's it, I think, guys. So we're 1440, we're full screen. Oh yeah, I've got to get rid of the music. That's actually quite nice as well. Here we go, 60 frames per second, so that's good. Okay, cool. Now then, sound. I don't know what the music... It's probably going to slam me with a copyright thing, so we'll just go with sound effects for now. Which means that I can now bring in the audio. Hey, Rouster, how are you, buddy? Happy Friday to you too, my friend. I'm just going to come over here and get this audio sorted. Game audio. Let me see, where's that coming in from? There it is. That's got to come in. We'll make that... I think it's browser. Let me just... No, you're not seeing that, so that's not browser. So we'll change that again. We'll get there in a second, guys. System, maybe? No, not seeing that. Let's just change the properties. So game audio, monitor and output. Okay, that's cool. That's okay. Except you're not hearing it, so that's still got it to be... Let me get the audio sorted on here. So I'm looking for GeForce NOW. Where are we? OBS is fine. There we are. Okay, so it's going to system, and that is going to game. Okay, good. And do I have game set up even on my audio here? I do. So that's... Yep, that one works. Right, good. I've worked out where the audio should be coming from, so I can now come over here and change that to game. There it is. Boom. Let's just... There you go. Right. We now have video and we have game audio, except you have lost the video once more, so we've got to bring that back in. Where are we? GFN window. And pop out. No, you don't want you guys, do we? There we are. Good. Right. I think we're in business. We've got a little bit of flutter on my chair. Apologies for that. What I'll do, in fact, is I'll just drag that in from the right so it hides that completely. Nobody needs to see that, do they? Rouse is good. Good to see. That's good to hear, my friend. Let's just quickly check what we've got over here. Rotate the map. Rotate minimap. Maybe not. Subtitles. Yep. Display frames per second. Yeah, actually, we'll do that to begin with, just to see that we're getting a full FPS. Game autosave, controller vibration, mouse sensitivity. I usually end up changing things like controller sensitivity once I've started in the game. So here we go. We've got... I wonder if we can push this up to high. Is actually as high as it goes. So that's fine. We'll leave that as it is. Okay, cool. Let's go. New game. So I've turned the music off just to avoid any copyright slaps. But we do have the sound effects. I've got to select a character. Yeah, but I don't know. Is it just how they look? I don't know. We'll go with this one. Oh, then we've got a difficulty. Oh, Earth. English. Thank you. Don't want to make it more difficult than it is. Here we go. Right. Speak up. Yes, as I say, I know nothing about this game. What we're doing, Adam, is we're going to do some gameplay, and then it's going to lead us into
my daughter sought your counsel.
And you refuse to entertain her flights of fancy, correct?
You can hear that okay.
It is no mere fancy, my lord. She does this for the sake of the people.
We do not doubt her good intentions. It is the method with which we take issue.
Highness.
Good intentions.
Highness.
My daughter, she is young and foolhardy, and will need your support.
Highness.
I heard you, Albert. What is it?
Albert?
Are you unwell?
No, I am quite all right, thank you.
So hopefully you guys can hear this all fine.
Is that a shooting star?
It must be. Right?
May have been a little echo, which I've just got rid of, so hopefully that's fine for
But
you.
it was so low. Come.
Highness!
Well, it's Sqare Enix, isn't it? So we should expect something half decent. Is it going to be first person? Doubtful. Nice one, Joe. Thanks, my friend. Oh no, we've lost the game again. Why does that happen? Sorry about this. 1 second. Oops. There we go. Hopefully that won't keep happening. Icons mark your next destination in the story. Okay.
Albert, you are falling behind.
Proceed to your
Forgive me.
What in the world was that?
The woods are perilous at this hour.
So just to...
Perhaps we should get a closer
I've got
look.
to say it, legally
Let us
contracted. The game's being provided to me by Sqare Enix, so they are actually sponsoring, and of course I'm playing on the GeForce NOW 3080, so they
My
are also
word.
equally
What is it?
sponsoring today's show.
Nothing I have ever laid eyes on.
He's good,
I
isn't
shall
he?
take a
He's good,
closer
he's
look.
good.
You mustn't. Stay
Christopher,
back
how are you,
where it is
dude?
safe.
Star Ocean, my friend. You're absolutely right. First look, first play, and then we're going to finish off at
But
the end of the show
it
with
cannot
Cloud
be.
Gaming News, which will be
So it
just
was a
under 2
vehicle.
hours.
One that traverses the sky, no
It's
less.
good so
How?
far, though.
Could it be the Empire?
Not that I'm a huge anime
Is
fan.
that?
The Fiend of the Weald. It has found him.
He is unarmed. Your sword, Albert. Quickly.
Everything
Highness,
can be dealt
we know
with
not his-
violence. It's a good lesson that you're taught in video games, isn't it?
You there. Take this.
Whoa, whoa, lady!
Fantasy-esque, isn't it?
You've a death wish. 2 arms.
Still in the cutscene,
No idea
guys.
what's going on, but not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. Alright, let's rumble!
Ay, caramba! Okay, here we go with a bit of combat by the look of things. This is still in the tutorial, no doubt. Oh no, come back! Different skills allow you to attack. Yep, so add buffs or debuffs, etc. Damage the enemy using attack skills, which are assigned to B, X, Y. Reduce all enemies' HP to 0 to win the battle. You need a fixed amount of AP, attack, P, to use a particular assigned skill. If you do not have enough AP, the skill will not activate even if you press the button. Okay. You can cancel the final motion at the end of a skill by pressing a different button. That's all stuff.
I have you covered.
You, but I prefer
The
to
other
just-
side, Highness.
I will not fall. Well, enough of my promise
You are
left
not.
unfulfilled.
Excellent. Well, he didn't take much to defeat.
Thanks for that. Don't know what I would have done if you...
Silence. Who are you?
The devil are you,
Sheesh.
Aldine?
And if I tell you, you'll let me go, right?
Let you go? After witnessing you exiting a foreign ship? You're more fool than you look.
Wait.
That's
You
Raymond,
two know that's a
apparently.
ship? Let me guess. You're the assholes who shot us down, aren't you?
Incoming. Long-range
Look, he's got a
subspace
Samsung
transmission from
S590.
Antonio Lawrence.
Huh?
Raymond, it's me, Antonio. Can you hear me? Ray, come in!
I knew you weren't alone. Show yourself.
Huh? Who in the hell are
Oh, they've
you?
never seen mobiles
This isn't
before.
Raymond Lawrence?
Step into the light.
Hey, asshole. Harm a single hair on my brother, and your planet's scorched earth. You hear me? Raymond, where are you?
How is this possible? This voice? I see no one.
Big ask, I know, but mind if I answer him real quick? After that, I swear, I'm all yours.
Very well.
Princess.
If he truly had armed fighters waiting, we would be slain several times over by now. Go on.
So yeah, this is, let me see, toggle display. That's interesting. Oh, so you can turn that off or on. Okay, carry on as you were. How do I get it back? No, it stopped.
Do not keep your comrade waiting, Sir Raymond Lawrence.
Oh, why, thank you, milady. And as for your butler or whatever, mind telling him to back it up?
How dare you?
As you wish. We shall give you the space you ask in good faith. In exchange, you will tell us who you are and the nature of your talking airship.
Awesome. Okay, sounds like we got a deal. What the feds don't know can't hurt them.
We're still in the cutscene.
Antonio?
Yes.
It's me, Raymond.
Ray, are you okay?
Yeah, define okay. Had a run-in with the Federation, and it didn't end too well for the Yidis.
What the hell?
Emergency landing on some planet called Aster 4. Locals are real friendly. And listening right now.
Are you shitting me?
Chloe's down here somewhere too, but I lost track of her pod on entry. And big question mark on the rest. Look, you've got to get here, man. We need you.
Sir Raymond, Antonio,
Hey, that voice. That one of Astor's friendly locals?
I can guarantee Raymond's safety while he is stranded in this land on one condition. You answer my question.
Yeah, well, I'm
Are
fairly certain
you
that's what
aligned
it
with
is,
the
to be
Vale
honest, Adam.
Empire?
I'd be surprised if
The
it
who?
wasn't.
Yeah, don't even know him.
Vile dissembler.
Albert. Your comrades. Have you any idea of their whereabouts?
Well, at the moment, not a clue. Girl named Chloe was riding one of these when she crashed way that away.
And this ship, is it possible for anyone to pilot it?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the point of them. That said, mine's run out of juice, so it's not going anywhere for the time being.
So, if we provide it with
I
more
like
of
the
this
idea, Christopher,
juice,
of
theoretically,
it being a sort of a
would we be able to
360
pilot
degree
it?
Go anywhere, up, down,
Aren't
left,
you a
right,
curious
whatever,
one?
all over the land. That's pretty cool.
Can it
I guess in the
be?
ship.
Hey, speak of the devil.
Once the game starts.
Madness.
How magnificent.
Computer, get me a read on that craft. Was it from the Yidis? Who's on it?
Readings indicate the pod was also ejected from the Edis. No passenger signal detected.
Is there a town or something in that direction?
Not a town, no.
Astonishing.
Only the Medum ruins.
Albert, you must see this.
Highness.
Thanks for the info. Oh, and gonna hang on to this for a while longer.
Halt!
Sorry, buddy, but no can do.
No,
Hold
Raymond.
there. We will accompany you. The ruins can be a treacherous place. And 2 friendly locals could assist.
Oh, for the love of...
Fair point. Thank you.
You may call me Leticia. And this gentleman here is Albert. Stand down, Albert. We are here to help him. Is that clear?
As you wish.
Right.
Awesome. Hey, Antonio, we'll catch up later, all right? Wish us luck.
Roger that. Stay safe down there.
Let's just check in Twitter. Oh no, Musk's deleted his ship.
You guys. I'll explain the ins and outs of all this junk once I know my crew's safe. So, we got a deal?
Yes, we do. Shall we then, Raymond?
Wait. No more full name stuff. Just Ray is good.
They've all got
All
tiny
right,
heads. Have you noticed this with these Japanese
Ray?
games? They've all got little tiny faces on
Okay,
huge bodies.
let's move.
Quite weird. All right, we're in. Woohoo! Okay, so kind of you're right.
We are approaching
Adam,
the
it's
Medum
very
ruins.
JRPG.
If we
almost
follow the
very
pillars
similar
to the west,
Genshin
it should
Impact
come
as
into
well,
view.
by the looks.
Can
That's
you
all
tell
good.
our direction by reading?
Oh, enemies. Press left bumper to dodge attacks. You can roll away quickly, put distance between you and the enemy. You can also choose what direction to dodge in. What about attacking? Since you are invincible, what? Able to avoid attacks at the start. Oh, okay. You can dodge to close the gap while slipping past enemy projectiles. Moreover, you can perform feats and it does not consume AP. However, AP recovery stops while evading. Overusing it will slow the pace of your attacks as you cannot perform skills. So we're invincible to begin the game. Okay, that's pretty cool.
It's this way, right?
Damage anyway.
Correct. Let us continue along this path.
Attack of the killer mushrooms!
No!
It is massive.
Get off!
Was that it? What do we get for doing that then? Oh, a little dainty jump.
Been a while since I've swung a sword around, but
1030 Media
Guess I still
Group's
got
been a
it.
member for 3 months. Woohoo! That's awesome. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much. Yeah. Trying different things. I'm thinking this might be a Friday regular thing. So instead of the 1 hour show from normal time, I'll start it an hour earlier to do a game, play a game for an hour. Obviously, not everybody can make it, but that's okay. And then we'll lead into the news and our normal Friday game giveaway, which I'm not doing this week because I did it on the Monday, which is all a bit confusing, but it was because we were doing it with John, and that was when he could make it. So, and it was Halloween, so it had a special connection. But I quite like the idea. I've got 4 games piled up at the moment that I've got codes for from the developers, so I need to stream them to show willing, otherwise they're not going to give me codes anymore. So this is the first one, and then I'll probably do another couple over the weekend, but it'd be cool to do that. I think let me know what you think, if you think that sounds like a good idea. Press up down D-pad to change the character you're controlling. You can even switch characters while in stop mode, whatever stop mode is. The lower left corner of the screen displays the order of the characters. Okay. If the active PC playable character becomes incapacitated, you can switch characters to continue fighting or revive that ally. Keep battling by adjusting. Oh, that's quite cool. Okay. So let's, what have we got here? Let's have a look. Oh, here we are. We're into what looks like the hub, the game menu. You can sort your characters, check their stats, change equipment, strength level, XP points, HP incapacitated if it reaches 0, guts, cause evade status effects. There's loads of stuff here. You can switch the order of the party members, blah blah. Okay, so that's the party. I don't know if it's a co-op, by the way. It may well be. It's showing us up in the top right corner, just hidden behind GeForce NOW. There's a clock that shows how long we're playing. We've been playing for just shy of 15 minutes at the moment. That's quite cool. And then next up is our inventory, blueberries and stuff. The next 2 menus are locked. And then we've got collection, which I'm guessing is the stories and stuff. Encounter with a shooting, yeah. And then the system. Okay. I think the rest of everything else up there is just cosmetic. Obviously, there's a currency which is hidden behind the Sqare Enix menu graphic, which says 118 of whatever that currency is.
So, tomorrow.
Oh, there is stuff, but I don't know what that does.
Cut them to the ribbon.
We must press on!
We've got 11 of the currency. So the stop mode is down there, and it's if I press this, what does that do? Freeze time with stop mode. You can take your time to use items, change up your strategy, and select targets. Okay. When performing quick HP recovery, you can use a series of 2-star or fewer items automatically to heal. A certain amount of the party's HP cannot be used during battle. Press B to cancel. So if you go to your menu, I assume that time doesn't stop, so you could be being attacked, which is what was happening when we came out. But if you hit the time stop option, which is actually the button, the other opposite button to the normal settings button, the one that's like a box over the top of another box on an Xbox controller. That actually pauses time, allowing you to go off and grab a drink or sort your characters out. I like that. Interesting, anyway. So here we are in time stop mode. A bit like when you go to photo mode in some games, which I always use to find my way to the next solution in a puzzle. Here we can change which character we want to play. So Raymond here, he has the highest HP, health, largely I guess because they didn't let him have a sword, did they? So he's not getting involved in the battle. But the other two are, so that's why Leticia has the lowest HP because she's been tackling them. So let's come out of this, get back into the game. Interesting.
So the forest is full of monsters at night, huh? Guess I'm lucky to have met some people out here.
This bugs.
Even if they are a little eccentric.
Oops. You'll perform attacks on the enemy that is marked with a target. Targets are attached automatically to an enemy on the screen, but you can also target the enemy of your choice manually. Locking on or releasing a target, use a push down on the right thumbstick to lock on. If your character moves, they will keep an eye on the enemy. If your character moves, okay. And the target will not switch automatically. To unlock the target, you press it again. And then you press the D-pad, left or right, to change the enemy that you wish to lock on. I never used to use the lock-on feature until I played Steel Rising and discovered that it was actually essential to the game. If you didn't use it, you couldn't hit them. So I'd kind of become a bit of a fan of the whole locking on thing now.
I must catch my breath.
A bed gained a level. How bad? When you defeat enemies and accumulate enough EXP, your characters will level up and gain skill points. So you're really playing across the three characters at any one time, but they are bots until you choose them, which is pretty cool. When you defeat, use SP to strengthen skills or learn new ones. There's quite a lot to this, isn't there? It really looks like a game worth investing in.
We live to fight another day.
Yeah. So let's have a look at old Albert. So he is 231, but his level is something. Oh, there's the map at the top. I haven't really been looking at that. Oh, this is where you can apply blueberries. Ah, right. So you apply the blueberries to get their health up. So we'll apply it to... Actually, we need to give it to Albert. His is lower.
Trust this to me.
There he goes, 271. Excellent. So if we've got any of those left, let's have a look. If we go back to stop menu, we do. So we give those to Leticia. There she goes.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Awesome. Hey, that was cool. We've got none of those left now. I think we got them from defeating enemies, so we'll keep an eye on that. Okay. So yeah, once again, big thank you to Sqare Enix and of course GeForce NOW for the game code and the 3080. So here we can rest.
Best not turn down a chance for rest.
Or whatever. Does it take us through time to the next day? Still night time. Map screen. And we can... Oh, look at that. Crikey, if we've got all of that map to it, that's like the size of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's flipping huge. So a lot of this obviously needs to be discovered yet. We can zoom in or out. There we go. Nice. So we're on that kind of Italian shaped thing. Don't know how that relates to there, but nonetheless, that's a huge map, isn't it? Icons on and off, and move, so we come out of there. That's good. What's that? Is that a chest? Yes, it is.
This will prove most useful.
What do we get? We acquired something. So we pause and then allow party to use their best judgment or maintain focus, concentrate efforts on the same target, attack different targets. Let's go with freeform. Nothing to use. Quick XP recovery. Oh, there's a big glorious golden moon. Oh, cutscene coming in. Hey David, how are you, dude?
Highness,
What's up, brother?
we cannot trust this man.
Perhaps. Yet, he intrigues me.
Intrigues
Thank
you?
1030, my friend. Really appreciate
And
that,
another
brother.
thing. I asked you specifically to not refer to me as Highness.
Curses.
Curses.
He knows?
If not already.
So yeah, I'm hoping
then
this is
he
going to be the new
soon will.
Friday
It is important we
show
remain on the
where
best
we
of
do
terms
double
with
the
him.
normal show. First half
If we
being
fail,
a
then
game
we will
stream,
need
and
him
then the
on our
second
side.
half being the cloud gaming news that you guys are used to. So if you only want the news at the normal time, you can come in halfway through. But if you fancy watching the game, and we try and do something new each week, if I can get some codes, anything that has just been
Those
released,
stairs,
as this
they
has.
lead to the entrance
I've
of the
got two games
ruins.
that have just been released.
Got it. Let's go. Stay sharp.
Oh, who are you? Malbear. Where's his sword? He's thing. Does he throw it? Has he got a range? I can't zoom or anything. Yeah, metal turtleneck. That's got to chafe. That's got to catch the old shavings.
We've more pressing matters to
Escaped.
attend to.
If you move your character a certain distance from the heat of battle, you will escape the enemy and the battle will end. Okay, so you don't get the points. If a battle gets too tough, you might want to escape. However, you cannot run away from fated battles such as boss fights. Oh, I hate boss fights.
We have company.
Will
Back
be
in the
ours.
Coming for you guys.
He's using X.
They shall see us
using the
deterred.
right bumper, I believe. How's your metal turtleneck doing, princess? Oh yes, look at that. Alright, let's change character. See if I can remember how to do it now. So that's that one, Letitia, and then come out. There we go. I presume we have to keep following this path, but it is a massive open world, so presumably I can also climb. Can I climb up these rocks? There we can. Well, within height. Oh, that one. Hang on a minute. Was that a wall I hit there? Let's see if I can do. I tried going over here. Nope, that's not letting me. That is not open world. Take it back, Sqare Enix. Okay, down here. And
These stairs look a little dangerous. Even if we did try to climb them, they'd probably give way.
And then perhaps we should go around. The west side
West
looks
side.
scalable, does it not?
I would actually say the graphics aren't super detailed. So one of the options that you had in settings was between prioritizing image quality or prioritizing frame rate. And I'm thinking, you know, given how... Let's see if it's high. Yeah, high is normal. I mean, as high as it goes. So given that the graphics aren't that fantastic, I may actually just stick to frame rate and get that nice smooth butteriness. So we'll come out of there and see if it's made much of a difference. Well, it's slower. Yeah, actually, there is a little bit less detail now. You probably aren't seeing it on a small screen if you're on a mobile, but it actually felt a little slower. And it wasn't as detailed, so let's prioritise image quality. We're supposedly still doing it at 60 frames per second. It was actually meant to be displaying the FPS as well. Let's put that back up. Confirm. Just check everything else. Let's check the res, because if I didn't, I may not have confirmed it first time around. Where's me res? No, it's 14. That's okay. It's 1440. That's cool. Alrighty, let's go in. Yep, there's the frame rate up in the top corner, just above the left of the cloud. It's showing a solid 60 frames per second. You can destroy certain objects by attacking with X. You might find an item that way, so try searching for things, for anything that looks breakable. Okay, but that blue thing there. Yes, it was breakable. But nothing discovered. What about our characters? No. Sure now, are you, buddy? Heyo. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for joining us. So we've been streaming for just under an hour. The plan moving forward is that I'm going to try and do a game stream for an hour before the normal Rock Around the Clock. So it's going to be Rock Around the Clock, but starting an hour earlier with a game stream for those that can join. And then moving into the news. Now, there's not masses of news, so my intention is to carry on game streaming for at least another half an hour, and then we can zip over and have a quick look at the news. There is some. Use A to jump up to higher locations. Oh, so if you hold A down, it goes higher. Go on, up you go. There you go. No! So, the game sort of said we were invincible, at least for the first part of the game, so I'm assuming that we're still kind of in the whole tutorial phase.
I got ahead.
I haven't used X before with her.
Everyone all right?
The sword, but that X is like some mega superpower. Nice. Okay, we've got to go up. This looks like some sort of a... Oh, go on, you can do it! I'll find another way up there. Some sort of a doorway or something. Raymondo! How are you? And William is here as well. Hey, guys. So, chaps, I'm trying something new today on a Friday. See how it goes. I'm going to be streaming a game for an hour, which this is 45 minutes worth of Star Ocean so far, from brand new from Sqare Enix. Thank you, Sqare Enix, for the code. And then doing the Rock Around the Clock, normal Rock Around the Clock, before winding up the normal time. How am I supposed to get up there with A? Let's try here. I actually quite like the look of this game, by the way. It's definitely a JRPG, I suppose, but it has got kind of Genshin Impact-y feel to it as well. I feel there's a lot more to uncover with it, though. Son gets out of school. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate that, my friend. It says it's a 360-degree open world, so I'm still trying to find my way across these rocks, but they're not letting me up there, so I don't think it's completely 360. As in, we ain't getting up there. Not unless there's some other way to do it. Sprint and jump. I don't know how much the game is either. Perhaps somebody could have a little look on Steam for me. I think it's probably about $30-something, but it's supposed to be a huge map. The only thing is, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to get to that. Oh, the next, the ruins that we're supposed to get to in 70 odd meters. Which implies we've got to go up these stairs, which we can't. I'm pressing A for a long time. There's no double jump. And holding A, she's not quite making that jump, is she? Can't get up onto there. No. Well, one of you guys, let's see if we switch over to one of the other characters, see if they've got a higher jump. What have we got here? Albert. No, it's the same. What about on that little bit of rock? Raymond, you want to go? It's sort of a Final Fantasy feel to it as well, isn't there? Good old Streamlabs there. I have no idea how it wants us to get up there. We can't. Now my initial thinking was we can climb up these rocks and make our way round, but there does seem to be a barrier. They definitely don't seem to be fully open world in the sense of, say, New World, for example, where you can literally go anywhere that you can get a foothold, or any of the Assassin's Creeds or Phoenix Risings or any of those games. So the rocks, the mountains, the hills, they are limited to how far we can go. And it won't climb either. So if you can jump onto something, you're fine, but it's not going to grip and climb. Let's get back to the main character.
I shall see to this.
Okay, how are you going to see to it? That's called camp mode, apparently. Field skill. No. You can see to it all you want, my dear, but you're not getting up there, are you? Okay. Let's try that. That looks like it's feasible, doesn't it? So if we try climbing up to the top of this without there, don't think it's good. No, it's too far over. That's a shame. But even then, it's probably it's too far from the wall anyway. As is that. So let's have a look at the map. Do we go round the back? Where's the map? It's not here. Nope. Out.
Follow my lead.
Ah, you use the D-pad to switch characters.
Leave it to me. Trust this to me.
So which one gets the map up then? Inventory, collection, system. I had the map up just now. Is it? Ah, there we go. Believe it or not, that's right trigger. It's counterintuitive. It's a good question, David. I actually don't know much about this. I did say that at the outset. It's not the normal genre that I follow, to be honest with you. So I haven't really done the groundwork on it. But we'll have a look when I come out the game in a second. We're going to have a look at it on Steam and see what it says. I think it's, what's it called? Star Ocean, the Divine something, which kind of implies that it's a something from a something. So those ruins are where we've got to get to. So maybe, and there's our two little characters. So we've got to either we can find our way round the outside. We'll try that in a second. Or we've got to get above that wall. And at the moment, it's not looking like around the outside is the option. Let's try. Let's go up here. But no, it's not an obvious Final Fantasy or anything like that. The free Warhammer game from where, my friend? Adam. Yes, that's where we came from. Can't bother to fight them. Jumping up on that flying thing up there would be cool, wouldn't it? See, it looks like you should be able to walk your way around, but the reason I bounced off was because I pushed to the right and it pushed me off. There's an invisible barrier here. You see it pushing? So you're not meant to be able to go up that way. It's a shame, because that would be the obvious way in to that area. This is always one of those things where someone says, oh yeah, if you look around the back there's a doorway. Did you not see that? She was able to jump up onto this one Let's go and have a look and see if that takes you around. Ah, that could be what it is.
How exquisite.
Oh, what an idiot. There we go, we just walk over there. Oh! What are you doing? No, you're not supposed to do that. Let's try again. Vermintide, whereabouts? Maybe that? Freeware for 7 days. I'm always up for a free game, even if I never play it, which is quite often. No, don't go back down there. There's a lot of those Warhammer 40,000s, and they're all different kinds of game, aren't they? Darktide I'm keen on, having played the beta with William and David Wilson.
Visibility is poor in such darkness.
I've seen a few
Pray,
others, and
mind
they've
your
not really been
footing.
my kind
I'm
of
good.
game.
As long as whatever we just saw doesn't show its ugly face.
What?
Holds dominion over this area. Rarely should it appear at all. Yeah, that is common.
Well, we are where we are now, which
You
is
two
good
have
news.
some killer moves. Pretty used to fighting monsters too, by the way. Is that how it is for everyone that lives here?
Diminishing
Yes.
there,
Well,
yeah.
more or
As you
less.
fight, your AP
Whoa.
dissipates, and if it goes to 0, I reckon you're on your own, so you have to watch out for that. It's definitely a fair amount to the game. That's not down to the point we couldn't get up to, is it? No, that's good. So this is where we couldn't get up, just there. We had to go around it. Obviously you know how, isn't it? First person RPG. Oh, okay. Free on Steam. I will check
So,
this out,
this is
man.
Medoom, huh?
Is it the full game, and is it free forever?
Massive.
Ancient and powerful Assyrian settlement. Written in the old text.
So you got level
Okay,
up. I
didn't
bet
get
I've
all
got
of that,
another
but
level.
I'll
How
save the
come
Q&A
our bed
for
keeps
later.
going up a level and I haven't got
For
it
now,
at all?
let's focus on getting in. I can see
Wish
why
we had
they're
a
called
ranged
ruins.
weapon.
Do mind your footing.
Throw or shoot.
It is much safer not to stray from the path.
So what it looks to me is that they've sacrificed immediate detail with having a vast world instead. So yeah, the usual thing that you find with those kinds of games.
Prepare
there's very
yourselves for
little
battle.
going on,
I hear ya.
They were fooled to try.
but
Bleed! Slice! I must catch
We've certainly not had any. We've certainly not had any enemies that we've not been able to defeat so far. But I did say that we're immune during this kind of tutorial phase, I guess. Oh look, how do we get to those things? There's clearly an ability to fly at some point. It did say, didn't it, when we read earlier, we read about the game and it said you are able to.
I'm no
move
expert on the
in
regional
literal
history, but
360
folks here don't
degrees,
seem
so
too
you can go up
friendly.
into the sky and
Before the
fly
kingdom
and
became
stuff,
as we know it now, this was the heart of civilization in the western part of the continent. It is said that much of the culture and knowledge that served as the foundation of our kingdom was created in this very place.
So the riffraff left behind by the changing times wind up here, left to fend for themselves, huh?
Guardian Ring.
We are incapable of
That's
traversing
over with.
such a chasm. Come, let us circumvent it by moving through the ruins proper. Enemies, dead ahead, sharp.
No more than you deserve. Bless ya! You'll not be the last.
So we'll go to about past, and then I'll pick up the we'll have a little chat. But it's interesting to see the game. Oh, sorry. If you, I didn't know. I didn't. I'm sorry, guys. I can turn it down. It's not a problem. Right, there you go. Should hear me now. You probably won't be able to hear the game anymore. So yeah, I was just saying, we'll go to half past playing this. See if we can unlock a bit more character progression. And then we'll quickly run through the news till the top of the hour.
Careful now.
try.
Hey Winstar, how are you, buddy?
Bleed.
Oh, no AP, you have to watch out. At that point, you can change characters.
Leave it to me.
Like that. Which is just takes getting used to.
Detecting. Escape pod signal above current position. No passenger signal identified.
Where did that voice come from? Who goes there? Show yourself.
Okay.
We already know it is not me, Albert. Be at ease. Let us concentrate on the very real enemies before us, shall we?
Yes. Very well then.
I actually do like, I do like an RPG. It's probably my favourite genre. As long as it's not too complicated. Some of them are just stupidly complicated. And unless you're going to make it your main game for a long time, so you get really engaged into it, it's which I rarely do these days. You know me, I like to complete a game, but there are games like this and Genshin Impact and Destiny that aren't designed to be completed, or at least not for some time. Oh, there's his ship.
Please be okay.
Oh, is it some issues on Steam Deck, are there?
Gotta be kidding me.
All-time favourite RPG?
What is it?
Good question. It's probably one of the Ubisoft games, to be honest. But I don't know, my memory's awful these days and I forget so much. It's certainly not any of the Japanese ones. I'm not a huge fan of anime. I just find it really weird looking. I didn't grow up with it, and that's the thing, I think. You know, if you were born in the 80s or 90s and you've grown up with that look, and playing the sort of Sqare Enix and Capcom type games, but it's something that I never did have when I was growing up.
Ray!
It's like I find it really weird when an animation doesn't look like Disney, because everything I grew up with as a kid was like a Walt Disney looking thing.
Duma production model 004213 activating. Confirmed. Life forms in need of protection.
Right, what's this? Is this the way that we make our way through the 360-degree space?
Warning.
We have a character that flies. The heck has she got on her legs?
Highness, are you all right?
I believe so.
Oh, there she goes. There's our way to fly. I knew it must come in fairly soon because we were seeing stuff around that was up in the air. Enemy encounter. During battles with DUMA is during battles while DUMA is with you, press right bumper to perform special actions with DUMA's help, or Duma. When activated, he will consume the VA gauge. You see why I'm just like this whole complexity. Barrier. Holding down the right bumper will raise a barrier around the surrounding area. This will neutralize all damage received from enemies. Any close range attacks will be repelled, causing that enemy to flinch. VA Vanguard Assault. This action lets you make a high-speed rush attack. Too much information, I can't take it all in. Use L in any direction except forward. Okay. And so on. I'm sure it'll all come back to me in time. God, it goes on. Okay, whatever. There he goes, look at him. Woo! Woohoo! Wow. Right, there's the old right bumper. Take it on! There's clearly a lot to the combat on this game. It's going to be more than a 30-minute look at. See, Warframe's a bit like that as well. Warframe, I played Warframe intently for about a year or maybe a year and a half. I really got into it, but there's such a high, steep learning curve with the cards and the combat types and stuff. These days I just don't have... Hello, who are you? My God, look at the size of that thing. Some enemies have multiple areas that you can target. Okay, depending on the area that you attack, you might deal much more damage than striking the body, or you might make the enemy flinch with a few hits. David says, what's your all-time favourite RPG? Yeah, I wish I could tell you. I wish I had one to mind. Winstar says it has shader stutters at the moment when the shaders pop in within Stream Deck. I get that with what I call asparagus, actually, on anything that I play it with, and I'm hoping that they're going to fix that soon as well. Right, here's a boss. I'm useless at boss fights, so let's see what happens here. Hercules. It's not taking much effort, is he? So let's choose another character.
Warning. Energy levels low. Insufficient output.
He's going down with Hercules. Hercules. Let's get Letitia on the case. There he goes. Fogging. Yeah, he was relatively easy.
Ray, what is this?
Beats me. Your guess is as good as mine.
Your
I
guess
thought it
is
was
as good
yours.
as mine.
More like in my care than actually mine.
Duma, is that correct? We know you have the faculty of speech. We heard you. Oh, feeling shy, are we? Ray, might this be some new form of semiomancy?
There's that word again. Is it like your version of symbology or something?
Come on, guys. Get off with the cutscene.
Symbology.
Never mind.
Can't be doing with that. Too much narrative. At least they're not making me choose what they're going to say next, and I really don't enjoy
This
that.
is a fine mess we found ourselves in.
This Larset place. Anywhere near here?
We should be
Oh
able
wow,
to
look
reach
at
by
Letitia
evening
with
if
her
we leave
13 health. We need to sort that out.
You do realize we're running on no sleep, don't you?
If I may, I think I know how to make the trip a deal safer. We employ Duma. Its powers of levitation should let us skirt any dangers.
That true?
Oh, we forget they are a
You can use the VA even out of battle if you spot an item high up. Cursor will change colours if there's an area where flying would cause a collision. Okay, so hold down RB and do stuff. Field skill. There he goes, woohoo! I need to get
Trust
that
this to me.
Letitia sorted. Here we go, blueberries. 116. I think we can do better than that. And also this dude as well. No, not her again.
I live to serve, Your Highness.
I will not fail.
No, that'll do. That'll do. Okay. So that lifts you up. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Glide with A. It's you actually don't really control it that easily. It just kind of moves. I'm pressing A to glide.
The route and scenery are different on the return trip.
No, that's
Are you
glide.
certain we are going in the correct?
Yeah, so it's not a flying mechanism as it is kind of like a jetpack. I guess that's the closest thing.
There is no need for concern. This is the way, I assure you.
With nothing but dilapidated ruins as landmarks, even the most seasoned adventurers might get lost.
Threat neutralized.
I will not fall. Not with my promise left unfulfilled.
Oh, they've all gone.
We must pass through this building, no?
Yeah, and you don't go very far
Indeed.
either before it
interior
takes you.
may-
It's more like a gliding mechanism, the similar sort of thing to Phoenix Rising or Genshin Impact. So you can't actually fly, you just have to kind of
I bet
find the
Doom would
highest place to
probably just
jump
zip
off.
around a building like this.
And then it would take you on a low glide. Like that. So you don't want to go
Initiate
over a
emergency
ravine, otherwise you're
protocols.
going to end up going inside. That may
I
change.
got this.
That may change as you progress, I guess. Talking of which,
Destroyed.
let's pause that a second. How are we doing on the old inventory? We've got blueberries and stuff. Sword. I think they're all using these. Some materials, no keys, and some stuff to get rid of. But and there's the Duma. But you don't actually have an individual character menu. Oh, here you go. I lied. So equipment, and then you've got an accessory, Guardian Ring. Whack it on. Not sure what it does. Adds 4 to your defense apparently. Don't think we've got anything else. Chain combos. Oop, move it around. Skills. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot to this. It can't really cover in a 30-minute look. Wow. Start, and then move your way up. Unlocked. So that's increased our attack by 16%. That's pretty cool. You can choose a different character. Intelligence, guts. Let's give her some guts. And then you can do this with all of them, I guess. Interesting. Right. Stun lock 60%. Oh,
Warning. Neutralized. Destroyed.
that's a thieving scumbag, apparently. That's what it said. Above his head, it said thieving scumbag. I think that's what it said. Lacrasse Weld. Oh, we can't go across there.
This will prove most useful.
Or maybe we don't have a lot of choice. Whoa! No! That's right. No! Oh, hello. Almost.
Enemy, it's before us.
I'm
Remain
determined to
close,
get him
Highness.
across there now. Where was it? Oh, it's not here. We're in a different place.
Let us put down this rat.
Insufficient output.
Fly!
Destroyed.
Cut them to ribbons
Chance of survival.
Go on, Dodo, get down.
and
Get
stay
down.
down. Enemies, dead ahead. They will regret their interference.
We are nearing the exit of the ruins.
With more pressing matters to attend to.
Oh no. Okay,
We must pass
I think
southbound
we'll
through this
pause
forest
it
in
there,
order to
guys,
reach Larset Village.
and get back to the normal rock around the clock stuff, if that's okay with you. Hey, Predator D, how are you, buddy? So this is the new format from now, I think. What do you guys think to the
Well, if it's
idea?
on the way, mind if
So
we stop
starting
by my spot
earlier
for a sec?
on a Friday with a
course.
game stream,
Let us be off
and then
then.
switching in kind of normal time-ish to the news or giveaway, whichever we have. Keyboard and mouse works, as does controller. But I think that's what we'll do, unless you guys think that was a rubbish idea, in which case we won't do. Right. So here we are, we're back here. How's that? I'm just going to kill off the game over here, because, let's see now, if I can, if it will let me. Not sure how to get out of this game. Title screen. I think it's a great idea. Nice one, Winster. I think it's just, it's a way to, well, get some streaming in, because when I get these codes, they kind of expect me to do something about it. And it's also a little bit different. And it's, you know, for those that can't make the normal, a little bit earlier, then we've still got the normal show. So it's all good. I'm just going to change a couple of things, which I should really have done before we went live. One of them is to put some light on the situation. There we go. And the other one is to have a quick look at the laptop. Let's close that down and make sure that that's running okay. There we are. Yee-da-da-da-dee. New window. Thank you. Alrighty, so let's get that sorted quickly. News page and window capture. There we are. Perfect. Okay. Right, so we're probably going to go straight into bookmarks anyway, because I don't have a massive amount of news, but I should be able to get these up now. There you go. Winstar thinks it's a great idea. Yeah, I think that's quite cool, isn't it? We get to have a quick look at some of the games from GeForce Now predominantly. I mean, I could do some xCloud stuff as well. It's just going to depend on the day. I'll probably just do one game, and then we can move across into the news. So that should work quite well, shouldn't it, I think? And Joe gives that a thumbs up as well, so that's brilliant. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, I think that would be quite a nice idea. The point being, it's not breaking into the main show, the normal show. And then, yeah, great for a Friday, like Joe says. Just a little bit different, isn't it? Sort of a little extra treat as we go into the weekend. So we'll do that. Right, so I'll quickly move us over to Larry. Larry the laptop. Here he is. Oh, look at that, my little logo's moved. There we are. And wherever it's cloud dosage. I was almost about to say the S word. I didn't want to. It made me do it. And starting here with Ghost Song is now on Game Pass Ultimate. So I actually did apply for a code for this the other day, so I don't need to worry about that anymore. That's cool. And it's on cloud as well. So it is a day and date game, I believe. And this is the interesting thing with xCloud, is that although with Stadia we used to get games pretty much, now and again we get the odd one join, but mainly we knew when they were coming in that month because they would tell us in a blog post. But xCloud, and to a degree GeForce Now, Luna, all of them just seem to drop games. There doesn't seem to be a lot of a roadmap other than if you know a game is coming, which you can tell by obviously knowing when its publication date is, and we've been given a bit of a heads up that it's coming to a platform, then obviously you've got a fairly good idea that we're going to see it. So let's have a quick look at their trailer, as we've got a little bit of time, on Ghost Song. Indie looking game. It's a bit of a side scroller, Metroidvania as they call it. Released yesterday apparently for cloud, console and PC. I haven't been over to xCloud for a couple of days since I finished Rogue, what's it called? Plague Tale. Plague Tale. Yeah, it's a Metro, as I say, it's a Metroidvania, side-scrolling sort of beat 'em up kind of malarkey. It's all cool. If that's your thing, then there's definitely that for you. I don't think there was anything else. No, we covered that yesterday. We'll have a quick look and see if our friends at GeForce NOW source have added anything. No, they've just updated the blog post yesterday. I'm really looking forward to Dan's new website that he's been building, which I think is going to be an amalgamation of all the cloud services. I think that's a really great way to go forward. So it would include GeForce Now, but then it would probably include Luna and Black Mountain Boosteroid and all the others as well. So that's got to be good. It's got to be good. Okay, let's go across to my bookmarks then. Interesting stuff here. Got a couple of Hideo Kojima news items. The first one is that, and actually we cover it off here as well, just it's broken the last couple of days that this whole thing about Death Stranding sequel coming to Stadia was probably just somebody popped something up somewhere, it gained traction, but it was never a thing. And truthfully, all that we really knew was, and I always took it with a grain of salt, if I'm honest with you, because it kind of felt to me like it didn't have a lot of legs. The only thing that we really knew was that Jade Raymond had got together with Hideo Kojima. The thing is, she also subsequently went on to create a new studio, which was subsequently purchased by Sony, and Sony and Hideo obviously best pals. So, you know, it's not a huge surprise that they come together, and I'm absolutely sure that they both probably knew each other beforehand, and probably see each other both professionally as, you know, up the top of their game. So I'm not hugely surprised. But someone put two and two together and said, well, you know, he obviously had come over to talk about a Stadia sequel funded by, a Death Stranding sequel funded by Stadia. But he absolutely denies it. In fact, he says it's a nuisance that he's plagued by the story. Hideo Kojima rumoured horror game seemingly leaks in a video. This is weird, actually. I'll just pull this up. I saw this morning. And when I say weird, they talk about it being weird, but they talk about the bizarreness of the video itself. I'm just not totally convinced by this. And I'll show you why. So the idea here is that somewhere in social media, somebody leaked a 30-second recording of somebody playing a section of a game which looks to be called Overdose, and it says at the end that it is a Hideo Kojima game. So the question is this his new game that he's been leaking? Indeed, it does appear to have. The main character is the one that we saw the other day, that was the Japanese actress. That part is true. But I'll play the video. There's no audio to it, I don't think. So, oops, looks like it's been removed. Damn. Okay, I'll have to talk it through. I'll have to talk through with it. I mean, that's interesting because that kind of implies that maybe it was real. Yeah. Alrighty. Been removed for violating terms of service. Right. So I'll describe it to you. What we have is what looks like a laptop on this guy's lap. You can see his reflection in the glass. He's filming the screen with a phone, and he doesn't have a top on, which is a bit weird in itself. And the video on his laptop is the game, plus what looks like in the bottom left corner a girl, a lady, or a young woman who is playing the game. Now, here's the interesting thing. It looks like she's playing it on a mobile device, and so this has fired up the question mark of whether the new game from Kojima is actually going to be a mobile game. We've not heard that it hasn't or that it isn't going to be, but she was certainly working on a phone. Having said that, it was full screen on the laptop. It was this actress, quite nicely animated, walking through a dark corridor, almost like the corridor that you'd imagine in an old abandoned school. So quite a wide corridor, lots of demolition and detritus, with a few open doors. And she's got a flashlight. She's obviously feeling fairly scared. At the end of the sequence, she hides behind an upturned table, and then she looks up, screams, covers her face, and then it says game over, Overdose, a Hideo Kojima game. I looked at it and thought, not being funny, that could have been knocked up by anybody with Unreal or a Unity setup. And in fact, we've seen some amazing videos recently where people have reimagined games like Red Dead Redemption 2, for example, using Unreal 5. And they're incredibly well made and incredibly well put together. So actually somebody putting that together, 30-second of animation, and simply putting his name at the end, I'm not convinced, except that it has been taken down. So maybe it was genuine. It's annoying that it's not there anymore, though. That was on streamable.com. I'm sure that other people have put it up on YouTube. In fact, let's fire YouTube up and have a quick look and see what it says. So we're looking for Overdose, Hideo Kojima trailer or teaser or leak. There you go. Let's see if someone's put it up on here. Yeah, there it is. There you go. Alrighty. Audio's off. So yeah, so this is, and you can see bottom left hand corner is this girl playing on a phone. But what it looked to me again was that her hand movements don't appear to me to be coinciding with the character animation, and the character animation to me doesn't look like it has a manually controlled camera. The camera seems to be almost fixed on the character as if you were creating that yourself. You can just see the hand of the guy taking the film there. You can see he's filming it with a phone, and then when it gets dark in a second, you'll see that he's topless. Not that means a great deal. It's just weird. That's all. It's a YouTube video, so you can tell that by the bottom right corner, which the clock and R screen is just covering up a little bit. Doesn't last very long. I'm sure I'm sure people are getting a ton of. In fact, you can actually see that it's a streamed Android device. If you look at the top, the icons are clearly Android, with the icons to the left and the usual batteries and Bluetooths and so on to the right. So you are indeed seeing, theoretically, you're seeing her phone here. But I maintain that this is something that somebody's knocked up to get a few 100,000 views. I mean, how did she come across it in the first place? If she's a tester, then surely she would not be streaming it live on YouTube and whacking her face in the corner. It's coming up to the end now anyway. I am, however, deeply excited by the concept of a new Hideo Kojima game. I love the Metal Gears, and I absolutely adore Death Stranding. Look at this guy. He's literally sat in the tub filming this thing. Very, very odd. Anyway, yeah, that's it. That's exactly what I've seen earlier. And they kind of talk about it being a survival horror style game. Blah blah blah. Indeed, it is an actress. Some people have said that there's a sequence in that which is almost identical to a sequence in Death Stranding. But it says here, it's unclear whether the supposedly leaked footage of Overdose is legitimate or not. My money's on not. And if it is, if it represents the final version of the game, as people have pointed out on Twitter, the model of Quali, who's the actress, being used here appears to be the same one used in a scene in Death Stranding. I mean, I have no idea what scene they're referring to. It's unclear if Overdose is a standalone. So what they're suggesting is and maybe it was an internal thing for a joke. They've taken a character scene from Death Stranding and whacked it into a simple model and then popped it out there. I don't know. But it kind of feels contrived to me. That's what I'm saying. I don't feel that it's legit. So sorry, Hideo, whether that's the case or not, my friend, but that's what I think. Some new stuff coming up on Xbox. I think we covered this anyway yesterday, but we're bereft of news, so we may as well look at it again. Ghost Song, obviously, that's just come up. Monkey Island, Return to Monkey Island. I'm not sure if these are... Tell you what, let's have a quick look at Xbox. Let's have a quick look and see. Was it Play Xbox or something? I can't remember. Xbox.com Play. Here we are. Let's have a look and see what's new. Recently added. Some of these are PC only, so Ghost Song, as it said. So it looks like it's only Ghost Song that has so far made its way here. We're looking forward still to Football Manager 23, Monkey Island, Pentiment, and then console only, it says Vampire Survivors. But recently we've seen these console only games turn out for cloud as well. Somerville, there's a singer in the UK called Jimmy Somerville. I'm sure it's not his life story in a game. The 2 Walking Deads, which I'm really looking forward to. I love those Telltale games. And I don't think, I'm fairly certain that they are not here yet, no. So all we have to date is the Ghost Song game, which is there to play if you have xCloud. Very good. Yeah, there's going to be some good stuff coming up this month, I feel. I know people loves their Football Manager. It's not for me, but there we go. Terrible Toy Box. Find out the secret everyone's been talking about when Return to Monkey Island comes to PS5 and Xbox Game Pass. I was thinking to myself, you know, it must stick in the craw if you're Sony. You've got this game coming day and date, which you're selling, and then it's free on Game Pass. I mean, what? You'd be I mean, who's not going to pay the $1 for 3 months worth of Game Pass if they're desperate to play this game versus buying it? I don't know. Maybe there are a bunch of folk who refuse. Because, of course, you don't have to have an Xbox. And that's where Xbox, the company, are going. They are trying to get you to a point where you can play any of their Game Pass games without owning a box, which completely destroys the need to have a Switch or a PlayStation. That's 100% where they're going. 100%. The graphics for Monkey Island, I think they're quite significantly different to the original Monkey Island. And for me, that's just a bit of a shame, really. But, it was a great little game, great humour, brilliant humour. And it was kind of cutting edge for its day. And it's going to be free on Game Pass, so 100% I'm going to have a little play with that when it comes out. That's going to be cool. And then my very good friend Joe. Joe is, of course, Angry Poultry Games, who's right here with us in the chat right now. And I've mentioned this to you guys before, but Joe's been working on a new game called Forsaken Fortress. And this happened on November the 1st at 10 p.m. No, it's yesterday, sorry, Joe. Live on Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern, which was when I was tucked up in bed. And Joe was going to show us some information about the game, which I'm not going to stream on here because I want you to go and check it out for yourselves. Angry Poultry Games. I'm not subscribed. How the hell did that happen? I am now. It must have been your previous channel that I was subscribed to, Joe. And no wonder I didn't get a notification that it was on. Anyway, get yourselves over there and check out the stream. It's only half an hour long, and Joe's talking about the game and where he is with it, which I'm so looking forward to. He's aiming for it to be released March 2023, so he's got a very definite date in mind. And yeah, I'm just going to tease you with the thumb down here. You're going to have to go and check it out yourself, which I'm going to do straight after this. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to pause it. I'm going to go and watch that. So that's great news. Look forward to that. No more on the old. I don't know if there's anything else kicking around up here. Let's have a look. Let's go to our home Twitter. And there he is again. Look, there he is. Joe's taken over my channel. Support Blue Collar. What have they got? God of War, of course, Ragnarok is coming out. It says 9th of November. But that's probably if you if you pre-ordered, because I believe I may be wrong, but I thought it was coming out on the 11th. We are the 4th today, so either way, 5 days or a week. So it's either next Friday or next Wednesday. Look at that wolf. Awesome. There you go, pre-order. My thinking on this game is that because it is going to be a full price PlayStation day and date, about £80, I'm guessing. I'm probably going to wait. I might, I may ask for someone to get it for me for Christmas. But I'm keen to probably wait till the price drops, which it won't do on PlayStation for a year, but it's almost certainly going to turn up on PC at some point. Depends if they've shortened their release times for the PC games. I think it kind of feels like they are moving towards that. So, oh, look at that! Both Rokk Show and Sqare's Gate streaming Star Ocean. Oh, I didn't know John was streaming it. Oh yes, he was. Sorry, John. That's 7 p.m. Eastern, so that's later today. So there you are. Now you've seen me stream it. You can go and watch John streaming it. That's a lot later. That's probably around 11 p.m. my time, I think. He's giving away Crash Bandicoot 4 as well. See, John gets codes because he's essentially working for. He does part-time work for Best Buy Canada. He gets a lot of codes through that route, so he's able to do these amazing giveaways. Whereas I buy mine, the codes I give away, I purchase, so I can only do one a week at best. But there'll be a decent one next week, guys. I just need to work out what it will be. This is really dragging the battle at the bottom of the barrel, isn't it? To be streaming my Twitter, but sometimes this is where I find a lot of really decent stuff. So it's a trap. It's been attacked. It's been attacked by the Stadia controllers. Ah dear. I got a really lovely message last night from one of the major cloud gaming platforms telling me they'd watched last week's Rokk Player and it just said, I loved this stream. It was so nice. It was lovely feedback. There's that issue I get again with Martinez's fonts. I don't seem to get this on my phone. It's quite odd. It's obviously a font clash going on, probably since I installed a new font or something. What's this? Oh, Eclipse. I absolutely 100% recommend if you're a content creator, sign up for and start using Eclipse. I have a better solution than Eclipse, which Eclipse is great, by the way. I do have it, but I don't pay for it. Eclipse is good because what it does is, once you've plugged in your account, it automatically pulls in every stream you do and it finds what it thinks are good shorts clips and it breaks them down. So it does a lot of the heavy lifting. But I've got another app which I've been using which gives you more creativity. But you can start with Eclipse, but it is good. And as it shows here, you can move stuff around, which is pretty cool. It is a good app though, and I wouldn't mind. I may end up paying them for their premium. We shall see. Which console would you suggest for someone on a tight budget? Oh, it's got to be the Series S, isn't it? I would have thought. Everyone else feels that way. Very cool. Yeah, it is neat. I've got more into shorts, and I'm glad I did, to be honest with you, Joe, because I've had a couple just recently, just in the last week or two, that have gone over 2,500, 3,000 views. And actually, the ones that have, which I'm really proud of, have been ones that I just created, like the Something Evil in the Wood, which ends up with a little surprise creature at the end. That one's had 2,400 views, and there he goes. The audio goes roar as the goldfish jumps out, and a lot of those views have been 6 or 7 times the same people going back over it. So I created a new version of it, which hasn't been anywhere near as successful. But then right at the end, with all the noise and everything going on, instead of the goldfish, it's a little kitten. It's probably not enough of the kitten. I need to work on that one. But that was using the app. But yeah, see, shorts can do really well. But a lot of my fellow content creators have been doing 2, 3, 4 a day, and I've just not had the time to do that. So I've been doing a couple a week. But I do want to get more into it. That's for sure. But yeah, that is good. Eclipse. It's free to sign up, and it does. But it'll only do one. You can only publish one short a day using it. But with this other little tool that I discovered, there's no limits. Triangle, that's from space. That's now live on Steam. So €11.99. So that's pretty good actually, price wise. It's probably only about £12. Let's go to Steam and have a look and see how much that is. Let's have a quick look. From space. £8.79. What is sad, of course, is that this would have been free. We'd have had this by now. I think it was going to be the 3rd of November, and we were getting it as a pro game on Stadia. It's annoying, isn't it? It's a great looking game, though. I really hope it's been successful for them. So they're saying there's a 20% discount right now, and that offer ends on the 17th of November. So £8.79 instead of £10.99. You can buy the soundtrack. I don't know why anybody would want to do that, to be honest. But anyway, if you want to, it's there for £4. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. What was the other game? Oh, we were looking at how much Star Ocean. Oh, crikey, £50. That's a full price game there then. So I'm not sure what that will be in dollarage, but that's probably getting on for $60. £60 if you want the deluxe edition. It's having mixed reviews, but that's interesting. It's only had 618 so far. Yeah, difficult one to judge on that little bit of play that I just gave it there. I mean, there's one thing to say. It's one thing to say you can go anywhere in the world, up, down, left, right, and so on. But if it's fairly barren, then there's not great advantage to that. I'd rather have a game with a smaller map that's got a lot of detail going on. You see, Plague Tale, as much as it was fairly linear, it felt open world. And there were lots of instances where you could run in different directions for quite some time. And cool little indie made by a solo dev. I wonder who that might be. I'm really looking forward to your cool solo dev game. We'll definitely be covering more of that in the months to come, my friend. So let's have we'll just finally a couple of minutes, and then I'll let you guys go because William's going to be streaming. Oh, Enola Holmes. I don't know if you guys ever saw this. This, of course, the young lady from The Upside Down, Stranger Things. I've forgotten her name now, English actress. And this was a sort of a Sherlock Holmes skit. And the first one was really good. I watched it. My daughter's a massive Sherlock Holmes fan. We both really, really enjoyed it. So that's actually live today. Worth watching. I just also noticed Helena Bonham Carter kicking around in there as well. There she is. Cool. Last I saw her, she was in Les Mis, I believe. How are you, Vet? We just saw your Eclipse GG tweet. We're just having a quick flick through Twitter, my friend, before I call it a day. With the recent stats of players and not sales, I do wonder if Xbox provides developers additional compensation the way Google Stadia did. So what he's saying here, I guess, is that obviously if you have a game on Xbox and then the game itself isn't selling elsewhere, are these developers losing out? Question. I doubt it, otherwise they wouldn't agree to it, would they? I mean, it's contractual obligation. It's not that Xbox is just deciding to whack a game up. And yeah, it may well be that they're not selling, but they're only rotated in and out as well. Oh, Horizon Zero Dawn, what a lovely game. I saw you the other day, Vet, saying that I know it was the first time you'd seen it. I did say to you, didn't I? It's one of my favourite games, and quite honestly, still to this day, I preferred it, the first one, to the newer one, the Wild West or whatever it was called, West thingy. Yeah, and here we are again, John pointing out the same thing. Kojima says claims of Death Stranding sequel countered by Stadia are unfounded. So that was all over old bilge. There was another thing that I saw, and that was the guys that had the TR6 game on Stadia. I forget their name now, but they put up a thing the other day saying that they had a conversation with Google and they had agreed compensation which they felt was more than fair. They were very happy with what they were going to get. So that's good news, and it implies that hopefully that's not just a one-off, and that developers all around the place. What's Bill saying here? He's talking about Musk. Free speech means the government can't control what you say. It doesn't mean you get to be able to be an arsehole without consequences. He knows the difference, and he knew this would happen. This is posturing, and this is on Musk saying, Twitter's had a massive drop in revenue due to activist groups pressuring advertisers. Oh, come on, Musk. Even though nothing has changed with content moderation, and we did everything we could to appease the activists. Yeah, I don't trust Musk any further than I could throw him, quite honestly. He's an interesting character. He's South African. You probably know this. South Africa, in and of itself, is traditionally a conservative country. It's not far right, but it's certainly right wing. And I've never met a South African that isn't right wing and conservative. If you look at Musk's political leanings, he's been very careful to straddle the middle for some time, until recently. So if you look at his payments to political parties, which they all do, all the corporates do, he's kind of 1 year gone down the Democrat route, and then the next year gone down the Republican route, and he's always made sure the amounts have been the same until recently. So over the last couple of years, and pretty much since the 6th of January, he's leaned towards pushing it the Republican way. He's leaned more towards getting friendlier with the more right-leaning Republicans, and becoming chums with Donny as well. So I do have my concerns. Of course, the Prince of Saudi Arabia is a massive funder of Twitter. He who instigated the butchery of Adnan Khashoggi, who I wouldn't want to be in business with, quite frankly. And there are other fairly dubious funders of Twitter. Twitter itself turns over, and in its last accounts, it has made profits, by the way. It made a loss last year, but it has made profits in recent years. And last year, its revenue was up to $5 billion, which meant shareholder value. Shares went right through the roof when Musk turned up without any due diligence and suggested he was going to purchase it. And the money that he would raise by selling the blue tag, the verification tag, which, by the way, I have one. If I go to my company, Rokk Media, I can show you that we have indeed got a verification flag. There it is. I wouldn't be paying, I won't be paying the $8 or the $20 for it. That just ain't going to happen. The money that he will raise by doing that is something like $100 million versus the $5 billion turnover. It's a drop in the ocean. The verification tag was there to stop false accounts. So two people couldn't, you couldn't get a company come up and say they were Rokk Media with 1K, for example, and pretend to be us because we'd been verified. We got that because we've been around since the beginning of Twitter, but also because we do a lot of online publishing and blog posts and stuff. So we were seen as a point of what's the word? A knowledge expert, I guess. And what he's basically saying is, if you pay the money, you can have a tag. Well, then anybody could call themselves, Elon Musk. They could be E, number 1, O-N Musk, with a tag. I mean, it's ridiculous. There's just no point in having it. Well, I think it survives. Well, this is the point, Joe. I think at the moment it's my main communication route. So I'm not racing away, and I've not seen any content in my stream because it's fairly well curated in my kind of home stream that has made me think there's some dodgy individuals coming in. My other account, let's see, Rockstar. My original account, Rockstar, which is this one. which has just under 15,000 followers. This one is where I would probably see it the most. But I'm not really seeing it a great deal at the moment. Now, if that changes, then I may have to think about it, quite honestly, because I dropped my way out of Facebook a while back because I was seeing that kind of far-right rhetoric, and it just horrible stuff that I really didn't want to see in my thing. But at the moment I've still got a half decent following on all my accounts. This is 15,000. Rokk Media's 7,000, I think. And then I've got 2,003 or 2,400 on Rokk Show. So it's a good medium for me in promoting the shows and so on. I've tried other places. I've tried Facebook. I've tried TikTok. I've tried Instagram. The problem with all of those is that you don't get the sharing that you get with Twitter. You only, people invariably, if they like what you say, they will hit the RT, and that pushes it out into their network. You don't get that on Facebook. On Facebook, people just like it, and that's it. So all you do is get positive feedback from your existing audience that they like what you've said, but they haven't thrown that out into their network. So you don't get the travel that you get on Twitter. And that's why Twitter's always worked for me. Plus, it's 256 characters. I'm really good at writing snappy text. At copywriting, it really works for me. Longer stuff just doesn't work for me. So I don't know. I honestly don't. At this moment in time, hello Demi, how are you, darling? I agree, sharing is super important. It absolutely is. At this moment in time, while that still exists, I can forgive the fact that Musk is an idiot. And he's got to be on the spectrum. He has made enormous risks with his and other people's money that have paid off for him, and well done on that basis. But I know some really stupid people, and this is true. I know some very successful business people that you would just think, what an idiot. But what they did, and did well, was they built a team of very clever people around them, and they can just let them get on with it once they do that. And if you get the right people and you pay the right money for those people, then you can take on the world. And that's kind of what the guy did. I did actually do a keynote once on Musk, and particularly Tesla, and looked into his background. Very interesting character. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. That was a 2-hour extravaganza for those of you that weren't here for the first half. We did an hour stream of Star Ocean, the Divine Force from Sqare Enix, and had a little look at that. And then we launched into the news, and that's going to be the Friday thing, I think, from now on. So we get a little bit of a treat, followed up by the news and chat. But I believe William is probably streaming now, so I'm going to let you guys go. And listen, have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for joining me. As you know, it really makes a huge difference to know that there's some lovely folk there enjoying what we're saying. Amplification and discoverability, absolutely. That's really what Twitter is good for me. He's just throwing pebbles in the water right now to see what sinks and what creates ripples. I wouldn't get overly excited, and I'm certainly not going to Mastodon with its network of servers. I'll stick it out until it disappears, and it ain't going to disappear. Not at the moment anyway. And I'm sure there is an exodus of people, but they're probably people with fairly small accounts in the first place that don't really use it for anything more than watching or reading, lurking and reading. But if you use it actively for promotion and marketing and communication, then or research, then truthfully at this moment in time, it's peerless. So thanks, Eddie. Thanks, my friend. Bless you. Of course, yep, it's here for you. Go back and watch it. I missed you play Star Ocean. Did you like it? I didn't play it long enough, really, Michael, if I'm honest. But certainly it's got possibilities. As I say, it's a big old open world. The only thing I would say is that that's a big open world with not a lot in it. And therefore, except for, you come across a lot of enemies and stuff. So I'd like to spend more time with it, really, get a feel for whether it does rapidly expand. I'm guessing that I reckon once you look at proper reviews, not reviews by me, once you start looking at reviews from people like IGN, they'll say something like the first 4 hours you're predominantly in training mode, and then the story opens up. That's my guess. But you know, it's an RPG. It looks pretty cool. It's a full price game, mind you. So you know, definitely watch other people stream. It'd be interesting to see what John thinks later. He's streaming at 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. So yeah, that would be interesting to see what his thoughts are. I'm guessing he's only going to cover the same kind of ground as me in the time he's got. But definitely one to watch out for. Right, I'm letting you lovely folk go. I've got a new closing out screen, followed by a new outro screen. You don't need to hang around for that. Go and see what William's up to, and you have a fantastic weekend. I may be on over the weekend for a few more game streams, but thank you guys. You take care. Rock out.